Susie sat at the edge of the hospital bed, her fingers fidgeting nervously as Soyeon finished her routine checkup. The doctor gave a small smile and said, "Everything looks good. She is recovering well." Just as the doctor walked out, the door cracked open again, and this time it wasn't the nurse and the medical staff. Susie's eyes widened when she saw Felix walk in, dressed in a sharp black suit, followed closely by two tall, intimidating men in all black, his bodyguards. His piercing gaze met Susie, whispering, "What are you doing here?" She sounded scared. Soyeon, sitting on the bed, clutched the bedsheet nervously, staring at the unfamiliar man with wide eyes. Felix noticed it and raised a hand gently, signaling his man to wait outside. Then he turned it to Soyeon with a soft smile, one she didn't expect from someone who looked so powerful and dangerous. "Felix, Soyeon, hi. Don't be scared. I'm not here to hurt anyone." Soyeon blinked, still unsure. "You look like you will hurt me." Felix stepped closer, voice calm. He smiled softly. "I am the one who gave you my blood that day to save your life." He pouted and her eyes widened. "And now you think I will hurt you?" "Oh, I am hurt here, Soyeon." He showed his finger to his chest. "Soyeon, softly. You see with me?" He nodded. "Yes, I have been watching over you from afar. But today, I just wanted to see you in person. You are strong and you deserve to know the truth." Soyeon looked at him silently, trying to read his sincerely in his eyes. Meanwhile, Susie stood frozen behind them, torn between fear and panic. She clenched her fist, her mind racing. "Susie, you can't just walk in here like this, Felix. Get lost now." Felix turned to her with a chilling calmness. "Oh, I can. You see, I have more right to be here than you think. She is my daughter too." Soyeon gasped and looked between the two adults, trying to make sense of all it. Susie stepped in between Felix and Soyeon, her voice rising shakily. "Susie, you have no right. Get away from her." But before she could continue, Felix's sharp gaze made her scared. His expression darkened, voice dangerously calm. "Felix, I'm not here for you, Susie. I'm here to talk to my daughter. So I just suggest you to stay out of here." His words hit Susie like a slap. She swallowed hard, her lips trembling, but no words came out. Silently, she stepped aside and turned her face away, moving. There was no point in arguing. Not now. Soyeon looked stunned, her little finger curled around the edge of the blanket, eyes darkening between her mother and tall man in front of her. "Soyeon, Appa? Are you my Appa?" Her voice cracked and she was on the verge of crying. "Are you really my dad? Then who is Jungkook Appa?" Susie's eyes widened. She got more scared. Her body started shaking. Felix's expression softened immediately. He sat down gently on the edge of her bed. "Felix, gently. It's a long story, baby girl. One I will tell you soon. But right now, all you want is to see you smile. And just know one thing. Jungkook is not your Appa. He is Jinsu's Appa. Me?" He points at himself. "I am Felix, and I am your Appa." He gestures as Susie said with greeting it. "The real one." "Susie, no, he is wrong. He is not your Appa, Soyeon. Don't believe him. He is lying. He is a bad man." Soyeon turned to Felix with wide eyes, seeing her mother in tears. Angry, she got more scared. "Why mom is saying you are not my father?" "Felix, because she doesn't want you to know I'm your father." "Soyeon, why?" Felix gave her cheek affectionately, and oh, he melted instantly. The way her cheeks felt so soft, his eyes almost became numb, but he held back his tears. "Zoe, your mom wants Jungkook to stay with you guys. She doesn't like me. Your real Appa? That's why she is denying the truth. But my daughter, not. It's time. You need to know the truth. Jungkook, tell me, have you ever gave you the love the way he loves Jinsu? Have you ever loved you affectionately? Have you ever considered you his daughter?" Soyeon cried, tears rushing down her cheek, and she shook her head. Felix gripped at her cheeks with his both hands. Oh man, please don't cry. You are precious to me, baby. Please. He pulled her in his embrace as she cried, clinging to him. Please, please, Zoe, it hurts. Please don't cry. She cried more and more because the way Felix is hugging her back, caressing her back, soothing her. Jungkook never did that. That's what making her believe Jungkook isn't her father, but Felix is. Because this is what father's love is like, not what Jungkook gave her. Only her. The poor soul himself was her. Then, what will he give anyone else? Soyeon cried more and Felix paced in the room to soothe her. Susie washed her time. She herself has tears in her eyes. Felix Top is still holding her in his embrace. Won't she calm it down? Zoe, baby, I have something to light up your mood. She looked at him, still in arms. What is it? Felix was wiping her tears, looking at her with so much love. Something you will like? He collared his guards inside and placed Soyeon on the floor. A guard came inside carrying a large box wrapped in her favorite pink and black racing car. Her eyes lit up the moment she saw it. Felix, this is for you. Remember the racing car you always wanted? The one with the turbo wheels? He handed it to her and watched her grow white in disbelief. Soyeon, gasping, how do you know? She tore open the box and jumped in delight, hugging the toy to her chest. Felix, I know because I have my own wheels. Soyeon, thank you. This is the best gift ever. Felix smiles, the hardness on his face replaced by the warmth only a father could hold. For his child, he gently brushed her hair behind her ear. Anything for you, my daughter. From the corner, Susie watched in silence, defeated, confused, and perhaps slowly realizing she could no longer control the lies she built. The late afternoon breeze pressured through the garden as the sound of laughter echoed quietly from the corner. Felix walked slowly beside a small girl, Soyeon, her hand tightly holding onto his. In his other hand, he held a remote-controlled racing car. Just unboxed it. They reached an open area of the garden surrounded by flowers and benches. Felix lies down beside her, placing the car on the some path. Felix, ready, Jam? Soyeon, getting quiet. Yes, let's race. He handed her the remote and stood beside her as she raced the car around the corners. Felix clapped his chuckling, genuinely amusing and proud. Felix, you are really better than me at this. Soyeon, giggling. You gotta practice more, Appa. That one word, Appa, made Felix froze for a second. A shine appeared in his eyes, but he masked it with a chuckle and ruffled her hair. Felix, then I will race with you every day. From some feet away, Susie stood under the shade of the tree, arms crossed tightly across her chest, her eyes fixed on them, watching the way Soyeon laughed freely around Felix. How effortlessly they bonded. How she called him Appa with more comfort than she ever showed with Jungkook. Her jaw clenched, feeling a mixture of fear, jealousy, and regret. Behind her, Felix's tall bodyguard stood, quietly but alert, dressed in all black, dark shade on. He scanned the area carefully, his gaze flickering to Susie for a moment, then back to Felix and Soyeon, his priority. Felix, seizing the eye on him, glanced over her shoulder and made Susie stir for a second. Finch only smirked slightly before turning back to his daughter. Felix, Soyeon, how about we make a deal? Soyeon, what kind? Felix, you teach me how to control this car and I will bring you the latest dressing set next year. Soyeon, passing, deal. She held out her pinky and Felix tapped his around it. Felix, seal it. The scene was perfect, like a small packet of happiness that didn't belong in those Susie had created. And standing there, Susie finally began to feel loose of her control. Susie, this is wrong, so wrong. She's still not ready to let go of Jungkook. the grab the opportunity Felix is giving her. Now, we can only wait for karma to hit her hard. Jungkook stood by the window, his hands clenched tightly into fist. Yoongi watched him from the desk, his sharp eyes studying every twitch on Jungkook's face. Yoongi, you look like you have a sleeping desk. Jungkook, exhaling. I haven't, Yoongi. I need your help. This is bigger than we thought. Yoongi leaned forward, now serious. Tell me everything. Jungkook paced for a second. Soyeon, she is not mine. Yoongi, yeah, you have told us that countless of times. Why talking suddenly? Jungkook, not suddenly. You know exactly what's going on, Yoongi Young. Yoongi, yeah, I know what's going on, and I have already told you, Jungkook. Start investigating. Sitting here doing nothing will not take you anywhere. Jungkook, I think I haven't tried. Yoongi Young, I have tried, but Suzy has made sure to get every recording erased. Now there's no proof about what happened between Soyeon and Shinsu. Yoongi, tell me one thing. Do you really think Soyeon is innocent and Jinsu did this to her? Jungkook, no in hell. I will never believe that Young. Jinsu was raised under Taeyong cure, love and support. I believe Taeyong. He will never teach his kids to go this extent. But about Suzy, I can never not be sure about that. You know last time what happened? How she tried to push the boy off the hill. If it not for me to grab that boy from his collar, he should have been dead. And Soyeon should be in jail. Moreover that Shinsu told me he failed a push. And there was no one but Soyeon. He believed that Zoe wanted to push him, but instead got herself into an accident. It isn't Shinsu's fault. In the hospital, mine and Suzy's blood didn't match, but someone else did. He stopped making Yoongi curious and Jungkook. I think he is Soyeon's father. Yoongi, what? How are you so sure about Jungkook? I'm not sure, but the way he looked at Suzy and winked, the way she got scared when she saw it, as if she got caught in headlight, as if her lie, her truth was about to reveal. His name is Felix. He is, I think, from Mafia family. Yoongi said back slowly, absorbing. So you are saying Felix could be her real father? Jungkook, I don't want to just believe it. I want proof. I want a DNA test legally and properly. I need your help to get it done directly. I can't trust anyone else. Yoongi gave a single nod. Consider it done. Jungkook nodded. There's more. I want access to the security footage from Suzy's parents' house, the one where she stayed when she claimed she was pregnant with my child. I want cameras from the road when Jinsu and Suzy were playing. Any sign that can show us what really happened there to prove my son isn't at fault. They say that to manipulate me. I also have a recording, but I need proof, video proof, to prove my son innocent. Yoongi, you are thinking they are a swap? That maybe she planned this? Jungkook, darkly. She blackmailed me with a baby that might not even be mine, Yoongi. She ruined everything. If Felix hadn't stepped in, she might have gotten away with all it. Yoongi leaned forward again, tapping his finger on the table. Okay, I will contact my guy that to get the footage. We will get the road cameras, street feed, anything around our parents' neighborhood, and the hospital files. I can have someone to get those too. Jungkook finally sat down. Thank you. I need to know the truth. I owe it to myself, to Taeyong, and the most all to Shinsu. Yoongi placed a firm hand on his shoulder. We will find the truth, and this time Suzy won't be able to run from it. Soyeon giggled as she waved to Felix, holding the hand of the bodyguard she trusted the most. Soyeon, I want strawberry and chocolate, sir. Felix smiling. Whatever you want, sweetheart. Go have fun. The bodyguard nodded and Felix walked away with Soyeon. As her laughter faded in the distance, Susie motioned forward, eyes burning with rage. Susie, are you done playing your little games? If so, get lost. You have had your fun, now leave us alone. Felix didn't even blink. He turned it around, her slowly, expression darkening. His smile he had before completely vanished. Felix came. He shook it bitterly. You think I am here to play games, Susie? He looked at a threatening step forward, towering over her. Susie clenched her fist but didn't look back. I am here for my daughter, not yours, not Jungkook's, mine. You kept her hidden for years, lied about her paternity, and tried to stuff her into some twisted fantasy you built with another man who never even wanted her. He always wanted someone else. But you and your selfish ego and desire, you kept holding on to him, kept him caged. Susie looked at her, trying to control her anger. You think Jungkook gave her love? He scoffed. You didn't even know she existed, and when he did, he couldn't even look at her without pain in his eyes. Felix was lowering. Soyeon deserves your love, and I will make damn sure she gets it, not from your lies, not from your manipulation, from me. Susie's eyes widened with fear, but she masked it quickly. She is my daughter too, Felix. Then start acting like it. Because I am not leaving, Susie. I am going to take back what you stole from me 10 years ago. My child, my truth. And this time, his eyes darkened. You won't be able to stop me. I will make sure you get what you deserve. I can raise my child with love and with or without your support. A mother like you, she doesn't need. Just as Soyeon's distant laughter reassured them, and Felix softened slightly. She deserves better, and I will make sure she has it, with or without your permission. I will not let her choose the path where she will hurt innocent people. I will make sure. I will make her the queen of my throne, not the evil wish of your plan, who, in the end, will get burned in flame. I will raise her to be stronger, powerful, and respectful woman. Not like the way you want her to become a bitch, a side bitch in the play. She will be the princess, the queen of my throne, not some side character of your story. He turned and walked away toward the hospital, leaving Susie standing there trembling. Soyeon reached her with ice cream. Did Appa left without saying me goodbye? Susie felt red and she went on her. Shut up. Soyeon flinched and the ice cream fell on the floor, making her cry. Shut up, just shut up, don't cry. Soyeon cried more. Guard. You can't scold her. The guard shielded her from Susie's burst out. Susie pointed her finger at him. Shut up. You are no one to tell me how to treat my kid. Now get lost. Your boss left. You too. Leave now. She groaned. Guard. I'm sparing you just because you are someone to boss. Otherwise, he pulled out his gun, making Susie grit her teeth. This gun should have been pasted your brain. Susie scoffed. She knows he can't harm her. Get lost. I don't want to hear your bullshit. Guard. I'm leaving now, but remember, if you hurt boss' daughter, he will not spare you. Susie. You fucking bastard. She is my daughter first, not your boss. Guard. Whatever makes you sleep at night. He turned to Soyeon and crouched down. I have saved your father's number in your phone. If anything bad happens, please contact him. Tell him someone is mistreating you and he will save you, no matter where he is. Soyeon nodded with teary eyes, and the guard also left, glaring at Susie for one last time, like warning her one last time. Jungkook stood at the doorway, hesitated, his eyes searching for the man he had been urging to see, the only person who never truly understood him. Dong was facing, making sketch on the paper, maybe making a new design of the jewelry. Jungkook called him softly. Dong didn't turn. What the hell are you doing in my office? Jungkook, can I come in? Dong stared at him for some time. No, get lost. Jungkook opened the door anyway and went inside. Are you crazy? I said no. Jungkook directly went to the couch and fell on it, his head thrown back. He was so tired to say anything. Everything will be fine. I just needed to tell you that, he mumbled with a tired voice. Dong, there's nothing left to talk for us about. Jungkook, please leave my office now. Jungkook, please, I know I messed it up, but I'm trying to make things right. Dong, who was fuming just a minute ago, softened, seeing Jungkook so drained of energy. You made your choice. You choose your family, your so-called daughter. You choose them when I begged you to listen, when I begged you to believe me. Jungkook desperately looked up at him. I didn't know I was tricked, manipulated, and now I am Dong. Now you're what? Hurt? Regretting it? He buzzed. You want me to pity you? Jungkook looked away ashamed. No, I just want a hug. I don't know who else to go to. I'm tired, Tae. Jungkook walked toward him, eyes drowsy, dark circle under his eyes. Dong's eyes softened for a brief moment, but he took a step back. Dong, don't come here looking for comfort, Jungkook. I gave you everything once. My trust, my love, and you shattered it. Jungkook stepped closer to him, and suddenly his face fell on Dong's shoulder. I didn't mean to hurt you. Dong took a breath, not knowing what to do. But you did, over and over again, and I let you. I stood there, hurting in silence, while you smiled with someone else. Jungkook slowly wrapped his hand around Dong, startling him. I maybe looked like smiling, but I never smiled with my whole heart, not after messing up everything. I know everything is my fault. I should have stood for us, rooted for us. But now, I let everything happen. I let them manipulate me. They controlled me, and they are still. I'm sorry for that day. He tightened his soul. That day, when I told you I chose her, it wasn't my choice. Whatever happens between Jisoo and Soyeon, Suzy blackmailed me. If I don't agree to stay with her, she will make sure that Jisoo gets punishment. He get locked up behind the bus for trying to harm or kill her daughter. Dong's eyes widened. What the hell? How can she do that? Then he remembered something. But you should have told me that. We could have found an escape, a solution. But Jungkook, he grabbed Jungkook forearm, pushing him little away. Who whines like a little kid? You let her control you again. You have no backbone to stand for us, for your real family. I'm sorry now, no matter whatever you try. I will not let you come back to us. I'm sorry. Tears fell down his own eyes, while Jungkook secured a painful breath. You can't stand for us, Jungkook. I thought you were strong enough to fight now, but look at you. Try to become a hero by himself, but in the end you lost everything. Jungkook fell on his knees. No, Tae, please don't say that. I can't lose you. Dong looked away, wiping his tears, sniffing. That's not my problem. I'm not your escape, Jungkook. Not anymore. I have started to learn how to be happy without you. Don't run that. There was silence, a painful, echoing silence. Jungkook's eyes shimmered with unshed tears. Jungkook, have some mercy on me, please. I'm tired. Everyone is kept on using me. I want to. He couldn't able to complete when he fell on the floor unconscious. Dong's eyes widened in horror. Jungkook! He screamed. Jungkook! He fell on his knees, trying to shake Jungkook to wake him up. Get up, Jungkook! Hey, hey! He tapped on Jungkook's chest, but Jungkook didn't wake up. He just heard some mumbling voices which says, I am tired, Tae, but I love you. It was kept on repeating. The news reaches Suzy like a slap on her face. Jungkook had met Dong again, her eyes burning, as she stood by the window, clutching the wine glass in her hand until it cracked slightly. Suzy, muttering, you went to him again, Jungkook. After everything I did for you, after everything I have sacrificed. She slammed the glass down and stormed across the room, her heel kicking sharply against the floor as she dialed a number. Suzy, do it now. I won't deport. He is always with his mate around 4 pm at the back garden, no mistake. Say, garden area, 4:15 pm. Chinsu was giggling, running through the garden with a toy airplane. The maid, a young woman in her 20s, was seated on the bench, keeping an relaxing eye on him. A black van slowly stopped unnoticed. Masked man jumped out and approached swiftly. One covers the maid's mouth while the other By the time Kurt rushed outside, the van was already gone with Shinsu. The beeping sound of heart monitor echoing softly in the white room. Shankuk lay on the bed, hooked up with ivy, his face pale and lips slightly dry, his brow twisted slightly. He was waking up. Dong sat in the chair beside the bed, arm crossed, eyes fixed on Shankuk with a mixture of worry and anger. His own heart had nearly stopped when Shankuk suddenly collapsed on the office just an hour ago. Despite the anger, he couldn't walk away. Now Shankuk looked so lifeless. Tom muttering, "Idiot, you don't even take care of yourself." Suddenly Shankuk let out a weak groan, blinking open his eyes slowly. His vision blurred for a second before it landed on familiar face sitting beside him. Shankuk weakly, "Taehyung?" Tong stood up immediately but kept angry and worried expression. "Yeah, it's me. Congratulations, you are not dead." Shankuk gave a soft shukar but winced in pain in his head. "What happened?" Tong sang. "You passed out while talking to me. Looking like your body finally gave up. Too much stress, lack of sleep, and probably no food either." Shankuk suddenly. "I didn't think it was that bad. I was busy in..." Tong answered his words carelessly. "Busy in what? Taking care of your family? That you forgot about your own health to take others worried about you?" Shankuk shook his head guiltily. "No, I didn't mean to cause you trouble." He looked up at Tong. "I'm sorry, Tae." Tong grabbed a bottle of water from the side table, opened it, and handed it to him. "Of course you didn't. You never do. Always trying to carry everything on your own like some kind of hero." Shankuk took the water slowly. His fingers were shiny as tongs. As he held the water, they felt the current passing through their body. Shankuk softly, "You still want me here though?" Tong looking away. "Yeah. Well, I wasn't about to let you die in my office. That's bad for my reputation." Shankuk smiles faintly at the sarcasm, but then his expression turned serious. "Thank you for not walking away." There was a pause. Tong's eyes softened and she stated, "Don't thank me, Ed. You have still got a lot to fix, Shankuk. A lot of people to protect. Starting from your son. He hates you. Expose your so-called wife. I'm gonna kill her if she did anything against my son. He is Kim Dong's son, not an ordinary person who she can send behind the bars. I will make sure he never sees what prison looks like. Then sending him there, there's no chance." Shankuk should have talked to me before making decision. I would have done everything to protect what's mine. Shankuk is lowering. The thing of him being free makes him sad. He made a decision of not telling Tong, but now he regrets it. Tong is dead. He should have helped. Shankuk murmuring, "I'll fix it. All of it. I promise." Tong, "Good. Because next time I might not be there to catch you." Shankuk looked up, searching for his eyes. "Will you ever be there again? Not just to catch me, but to stay?" Tong didn't respond immediately. His silence spoke volume. He turned to leave. "Get some rest, Shankuk. You will need your strength." And with that he walked out, leaving Shankuk staring at the door, his heart heavy but full of determination. Tong had just stepped out of Shankuk's room, his emotion tangled after the tense conversation. He ran a hand through his hair, trying to suppress the storm inside him. Just then his phone buzzed sharply in his pocket. He picked it up instantly. Talk. Security? Security guard. Sir, we have a situation. Jinsu, he is kidnapped. Piao checked the camera. It looked like he was kidnapped. Tong blood ran cold. His eyes widened in disbelief. What? When? Security guard. About 20 minutes ago. We are tracking footage, trying to get a clear idea of the vehicle. We will update you. Tong didn't say anything more. He ended the call and turned around, pushing open the hospital room door in a harsh tone. Jungkook. Jungkook started sit up on the bed. What happened? Tong hesitated for a second. It's Jinsu. He's been kidnapped. The color drained from Jungkook's face. For a moment, it was like his breath had been knocked out of him. Jungkook shaking his head. No, no, not my son. He repeated. They blanket up and tried to stand the IV, pulling against his arm. Doctor, Mr. Sean, you are not stable yet. You need to rest. Jungkook angrily, get off me. I am not staying here while my son is out there scared, alone. Who knows what happened to him? Thong. Jungkook, calm down. I will find him. Jungkook, voice cracking. Don't tell me to calm down. I have already lost everything. My peace, my family, Thong. I can't lose Jinsu too. I won't. Tears gathered in his eyes as he tore off the monitor cable and grabbed the jacket from his shirt. Jungkook walked toward Thong, washing him in tears. He kept Thong's face. I'm going to find him, even if I have to tear this city apart with my bare hands. I'm bringing my son home. Thong's heart pounded, watching him angry, scared, broken, but burning with determination. Then let's go. We will find him together. The black SUV stopped abruptly outside the broken warehouse out of the city. Thong stepped out first. Behind him, his personal security team. Jungkook followed, his fist clenched, ready to kill Suzy. And this time, he won't spare her. Thong, he is inside. Let's move. The team opened the door swiftly. The inside was dark. After going through few narrow halls, one of the guard called out, "Guard, sir, over here." Thong and Jungkook rushed in. There, in the corner of the corridor, was Jinsu, tied to a shirt, tears staining his cheek, a cloth stuffed in his mouth. He kept him quiet. Cook, Jinsu. He ran forward and engaged up the cock. Jinsu sobbing, Daddy? Thong, it's okay, baby. We are here now. They quickly untied him. Jungkook hugged him tightly while Thong stroked his hair, foot trembling with mix of relief and fury. Just then, slow clap echoed through the room. They turned around. Suzy was standing at the upper balcony, dressed in black, eyes burning with heat. Suzy, oh, such a heartwarming reunion. Wasn't expecting you guys here. I wanted to play with him little. Thong didn't wait anymore and rushed towards Suzy, slapping her hard across her face. But instead, the pain, she laughed out loud, holding her stomach, hands on her mouth. Jungkook immediately moved Jinsu behind him, while Thong signaled the guard to shield them. Then suddenly, Suzy abruptly and slapped Thong, making everyone gasp. Thong's guard aimed their gun on her, but Thong shoved them his palm to signal them to do not kill her. Thong, take them out. He ordered his guard, who moved to take Jinsu and Jungkook out, but they said they won't leave without them. You? Thong grabbed her hair, making her hiss. How dare you to hurt my son? How? His eyes glared at her, scaring her soul. How dare you to touch him? He pulled her hair harshly. You shouldn't have touched him. Suzy, never. He threw her back and she bumped into the wall. You shouldn't have touched him, Suzy. You shouldn't. He kicked her on her stomach with his foot. You did the biggest mistake of your life. You shouldn't have done, you bitch. Another kick on her stomach and she is coughing blood. What did you think? He grabbed her neck. You thought manipulating Jungkook will make him yours? Manipulating him will work, Suzy. You thought he will ever love you? He pressed on her neck more. He can never. You bitch, he can never. He pressed further, making her part her lips struggle for the breath, but her hand was reaching for something that no one noticed. He aimed her gun at Dong, and then bang!